Hello again, YouTube. It's Patrick, it's after work, and here's Abigail. And it's about 20 after 4 on a Tuesday. Is today Tuesday?
Today is Tuesday, November 1st.
Today is Tuesday, November 1st.
2011.
Well, I knew that part already. I didn't know it was November, though. That came as a surprise. Yeah, charting from the field was a rousing success today. I'm definitely going to keep doing that. I finished my work day. I have no more paperwork to do. I don't have to think about work until tomorrow morning. And that is the way we're going to do things from now on, because that worked really well. I got this new earpiece thingy here. I was actually so profoundly impacted by this charting from the road stuff. I went out and I went shopping for another car charger for my phone, because this thing that's holding my phone up on the window fell off, as it's prone to do, and the USB connector bent, so I needed a new way to plug it into the car. And while I was there, I walked past the headsets. I'm like, oh, headsets. Yeah, I should probably have one of those. I bought like I bought like a $30 one a couple of phones ago, and promptly lost it. I lost the charger. I was charging it up at home. This one came with a car charger, but I'm not using it. I'm using this really cool car charger that I found at Best Buy that has 2 USB slots in it, so I can plug 2 micro USB devices into it at the same time. Plus it has the 2-pronged wall outlet things that just flip out. So that is pretty handy. The headset is really neat. I got a more expensive one this time than the cheap one I got last time. And it like connects to my phone, and it has access to my contacts and my call history, so I can just like hit a button and say, call hospice, and it'll call the office. I don't have to say it exactly like that. I can just say it normally and it works. But I can use this for all of my like voice searching and all the voice commands. It's an Android phone, so I can like, I can just say like navigate to 227 Dunham Street or something like that, and it'll just take me there. And it seems to work a lot better than holding it up to my mouth and trying to do voice recognition that way, because there's a lot of variables, like how you're holding the phone or whatever. But with the headset, it just stays right here, and the voice searching works a lot better. So, yeah, I guess it was a work-related gadget day today. I guess the next thing I'll have to do is find a 3-ring binder for all those papers.
They're fairly plentiful. We live down the road from Staples.
Yeah, well, I think I got one in my room somewhere. I might have like an old 3-ring binder from school. I can just pull stuff out of and use that. But I should try to organize the actual physical papers that I come across, because I have a really bad habit of just losing them. I'll like throw them in the back seat, and then I'll just accidentally throw them away a few months later. It's usually how it works.
Your back seat is sort of cushioned with death certificates.
Yeah, I got a couple of blank death certificates back there. You never know when one will come in handy.
That's true.
So I actually just worked. I started from home today, which I'd never done before. I mean, I never worked from home like on a caseload. And I put a whole day's worth of work in today, and I never once set foot in the office. So I'm like, it's like a true post-office job. I'm now fully transhuman.
I bet it's the earpiece that did it.
Yeah, the earpiece is a good first step. Next, the special glasses that send info right into my retinas. That'll be the next step. Whoa, what's this guy doing?
I think he's making us worry.
That was a fun little maneuver there. So what did you do today?
Oh, nothing as interesting as you did. I barely felt transhuman at all.
I have to come into the office tomorrow because it's our team meeting. And because of the holiday, we're going to try to go through the whole caseload in one meeting, so it'll be like one long meeting.
I have a friend who's trying to establish a tea club, like based on the drinking of the hot beverage. But she kept referring to it as tea party, and someone kept trying to explain to her, no, that'll draw entirely the wrong crowd. And then there was some segue about drinking tea, about
barrels? What are those?
No, as in the barrels of a shotgun. Because the Tea Party movement is overwhelmingly pro-gun. I believe it was an attempt at humor.
Well, not a very successful attempt, if you ask me.
And I did.
That's true.
So were your patients interesting today?
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff going on. I don't know how much I can really say about it. There's one person that I think I'm going to be visiting every day until they die. Not because of any like changes in condition or anything. I just think it's a good idea to check in. Just to put my eyes on somebody, because they had a lot of symptoms and I think they're under control now, but it's worth it to, I mean, while I have this light caseload, I still only have like 8 patients, so I mean, while my caseload is this light, I'm going to take advantage of it and visit people often if I think they need it. I just got a couple of routine visits tomorrow and just a couple of follow-ups, and I had this big to-do with one of the patients on my caseload. I ordered new medications for him and a refill on his pain meds, and I talked to the doctor personally, and he said, that's fine, just fax me the script and I'll take care of it. And
he didn't take care of it?
He didn't take care of it. So I've got the family calling me up today, you know, what's going on? We don't have any more pain medication. And fortunately, this has happened to me enough times that I know how to deal with it really rapidly. And what it involves is calling the doctor's office back and politely asking them to please, please, please send prescriptions over to this local pharmacy right now, so they can pick up like a small amount while they're waiting for you to catch up on the things that you said you were going to do. And that usually works out pretty well. I mean, as long as there's a family member to go pick it up, you can usually get done in an hour or so.
That's good.
Yeah, but I'm often in the position of having to harass doctors about stuff like that.
Well, someone has to.
Somebody's got to do it. It might as well be me.
There is no one else I would choose above you to harass doctors.
Oh, it's so much fun.
You are my first pick for the team.
Then I have to give all this like extra info to the pharmacy, so the family doesn't have to pay for it. And it involves like, you know, getting control numbers and passwords and group names and stuff, and you gotta like pass along that info, and then that pharmacy can bill our pharmacy, so nobody has to like pay any money for it. So that works out pretty well.
Look at you, knowing the system.
Yeah. Well, it's not, I mean, it's a complicated system, but it's not that hard to figure out. Once you're working with it every day, it's pretty easy. So do you know if Ryan and Melissa are going to stay over again, or is their heat back on?
I don't know, they didn't say.
Yeah.
I think their heat isn't back on because they said it was probably going to be a week.
The mattress is still set up in the living room, so maybe
Okay.
they plan on coming back.
Yeah, maybe. And Mom said that they left some clothes there, so.
Yeah. I think Melissa's laptop charger is, or maybe it's Ryan's laptop charger, is still plugged into the wall. So I'm sure they're not going to go far without that. I got all sorts of thank you cards and emails and stuff from people for doing that speech at the Volunteer Appreciation Luncheon.
Oh, that was nice of them to send thank you cards.
The volunteer coordinator is like forwarding me copies of all the emails that people complimented me in.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's always nice. And then next week I've got another lecture at a nursing home, so that'll be fun. And then
More pain management or something different?
well, it's gonna be pain management. I haven't actually gotten to do the pain management presentation because
because people keep canceling.
well, it was that one place. Forgot that they had scheduled it, and there was nobody there when it was time. But then, in addition to one at a different nursing home, there's also the core course where nurses from the hospitals come to our office, and we just have like a full day of lectures. I'm not going to be able to sit through the whole presentation this time because I'll just have time to like do my presentation and then go out and visit patients, just like my regular caseload stuff. Well, it's too bad. I'd like to get all of it on video. Maybe I'll talk to the community development folks about putting it on video and getting it up on YouTube, because, I mean, they have the resources and the wherewithal to do things like that.
Yeah, and that way you wouldn't be missing it entirely.
Yeah. Well, and, you know, I only felt strongly in the past about going so I could record it and share it with other people, you know? Last time I went, I just took voice recordings, which I keep telling the executive director I'm going to burn on CD and bring to her, and I never get it done.
Well, maybe now that you don't have to do your charting tonight, you have the time.
No, I'm going to play video games instead.
Oh, okay.
Gotta unwind.
Well, that's fair. You can't have it burn as you play video games?
Yeah, we'll see if I remember to do it. Maybe I'll get to it.
Okay. There are some undead creatures that need killing.
Yes, it's true. Only 10 more days until Skyrim. Are you excited?
I am.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool game.
It really is.
Are you going to get it for 360, or are you just going to watch me play it?
I'm trying to decide. Because if I wait, it'll be cheaper when I do get it, and I might have a computer that can play it, but I hate waiting.
You thinking of getting a computer?
Yeah, my mom and I have worked out a deal that if my semester grades are good enough, she'll let me use some of my college money to get a computer.
Oh, that's good. You going to get another laptop or a desktop?
I was thinking a laptop. I was looking at one of those little Alienware ones.
Ah, yes, the little Alienware ones. That would be perfect.
Yeah, I sometimes just go up to the page and select my components and gaze on it dreamily.
I do that too, and then I'll apply for the financing, and I always get rejected. And my credit is not quite good enough for retail credit yet.
Well, I've never used a credit card, so maybe my credit's worse than yours.
Well, I don't think it's a matter of having bad credit. You just don't have any.
Yeah. I just wonder if not having any credit is considered better or worse than having bad credit.
I don't know. Well, the outcome is the same if they don't give you a line of credit based on it. You know?
That's true.
Now that I actually have money, I still space out on paying bills, so my credit is still mediocre.
Do you need a personal assistant? Should I put on a little secretary hat to keep notes for you?
Let's not get into that.
Well, that's good, because I don't know what a little secretary hat looks like. You seem to get along with your hospice coworkers a lot better than you did at some of your other workplaces.
Well, I mean, the thing you have to keep in mind is that...
You see less of them?
Yeah, we see less of each other, yeah. It's a lot different when you're out in the fields. If you're not getting along with somebody, you can just like avoid them, you know.
Absence making the heart grow fonder?
Not exactly, but it's a good way to avoid confrontations. Just don't be in the same place. I've only ticked off one person in the whole year that I've been working there, so...
That's pretty good.
I think that is pretty good, considering my track record. And, you know, we get along now. And actually, with this nurse, oh yeah, that was the other thing I was going to talk about. There's a possibility once I grow to a full caseload and I get used to managing that I might do this schedule that one of the nurses really wanted to do, but then she didn't, because of the high census, she didn't have... Like, nobody had time to do it with her. Like, she worked, I think she worked, like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then was off on Friday. And then the other nurse works Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and they're off on Thursday. And then whenever one of them is off, the other one takes call for all of their patients. So you work a 4-day work week, and you get the same money. Because you're salaried, you know?
Yeah.
The only downside of that is I have to schedule all of my routine visits in those 4 daes, yeah. And then
if an emergency comes up,
or if anything out of the ordinary comes up, or I mean, it could be like a routine thing, like, oh, so and so needs a dressing change on this day, then that person could go out and do it. but you want to get like your required your initial and comprehensive. We have to do like a weekly initial and comprehensive assessment, and since like we're not sharing the caseload, we're just covering each other on call. Then each nurse has to be responsible for her own caseload for getting that mandatory stuff done on time. You know? Otherwise, you're just case sharing, and that's a different thing.
But you think you'd prefer that schedule to the one you have now?
I don't know. I mean, I told her that I like the idea of working 4 days a week, but it depends on how things go when I have a full caseload. I mean, if I think I could manage that, because it would mean working like 9-hour days for 3 days and then one 10-hour day.
Yeah, Mom does 10-hour days and doesn't really seem to enjoy it. But then her job is much less interesting than yours.